Welcome back to Stunt Stories. This is, believe it or not, episode 21 of the new season. And I'm excited, guys. This is going to be a good one. Got a lot of lies to tell.
A lot of exaggerations.
Yes, going to exaggerate.
Oh, man. I feel like I haven't seen you in a week. A minute.
In a hot minute.
A minute.
One of those good minutes, you know?
Where did that saying ever come up anyway? A hot minute. My kids hit me with that, like, a hot minute. What does that mean? It means a long time,
I don't
right?
know. You ever seen a cold second?
No.
It's too
I know.
short.
Yeah, it's too short.
I don't know how that saying ever came up, but
We started saying it when I was like 20, probably.
saying a hot minute.
No, we just started saying like, I haven't seen you. It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
And then
Been a while.
And then it progressed, and it's like, man, it's been a hot minute, bro. How you been?
Sizzling hot minute.
Sizzling hot minute.
Sizzling hot.
Where does it go from there?
Oh, man, we got a good episode today. Today we're going to talk about legends behind the wheel, kind of your Hall of Fame. Who you think is not even behind the wheel, just your Hall of Fame of stuntmen. And
You're like Mount Rushmores.
yeah,
I'm not in a Hall of Fame.
I didn't say you. I
Yeah,
said
we're not talking about you.
Oh, doggone it. I was kind of hoping you were going to surprise me and say, oh, no, you are.
you are.
Yeah.
You're in our Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's a very small hall.
Yeah.
Very
It's like
small.
yeah,
It's like a little Barbie house hall, you know?
it's almost like a closet.
It's almost like a little tiny shoebox.
Yeah, we just a tribute to the stunt driving greats, and just the stuntmen greats and stunt women greats that
Yeah.
came before you. Kind of gave you, maybe you saw some of that and you were like, yes, that's what I want.
Yeah, there's a name that immediately comes to mind. Is Kerry Lofton.
Oh.
Kerry Lofton back in the day was that guy that you heard about. I got to work with him on a episode with Michael Landon. Just before Michael Landon, he did Little House on the Prairie. He did Highway to Heaven. He did all these shows. What a nice man, talented guy. Bonanza from way back in the 70s. We did a show. It was called Us. And Michael Landon then got cancer and died. They never even finished the pilot. But Kerry Lofton was this race car driver guy that did a show, a movie with Jeff Bridges, and they were racing a Ferrari and a Porsche. Oh, what was that called? I'm going way back to like the 80s. And Jeff Bridges and they did this Porsche Ferrari chase on Sunset Boulevard, and just epic car chase. And Kerry Lofton did the driving in the Ferrari, and it was just like, whoa! But I got to work with him on this show, and nice man. But what really got me, influenced me on for my stunt driving career was Al Wyatt Jr. on Dukes of Hazzard. And I still say I was so blessed by God to have that opportunity to sit beside him and get the feel. People, what do you mean the feel? There's a feel you get when you're sitting passenger with some guy driving a car and watching, if you're studying how he, would hit the e-brake and get on the throttle and how he'd pitch the steering wheel. Him, Jerry Summers, who was really responsible for one of the guys to get me on Dukes as well, would teach me. Because I remember when I was sitting next to him and he's doubling James Best, I was doubling Roscoe. He was doubling Roscoe, I was doubling Sorrowbrook, who was Boss Hogg. Horrible. And the skull cap and the fat suit and just sweating and just horrible. But he would like, don't look out the window, watch my hands, watch my feet. Oh, okay. And that, and then also Henry Kinsey Sr.
Yeah.
Henry Kinsey Sr. had this style of when he would slide a car. It wasn't like the General Lee where they said, show us the 01, show us the door. You're over sliding on the General Lee. And Henry Kinsey had this style of coming in a four-way drift sideways. Whoa. And just, I'm like, I want to do that, So he was really, Henry, how do you do that? He goes, I'm not telling you. I'm like, damn it. So, but yeah.
Sweet. I love you.
He's like, sign up for my car crashing clinic and
yeah,
tell you all about it.
Yeah, Henry Kinsey. I don't, other than Henry Kinsey, Al Wyatt Jr., Kerry Lofton, there's
Hal Needham.
No, I don't know that Hal was if we're talking about stunt driving,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say Hal. Hal Needham was a well-rounded, could do everything. Horses, cars, motorcycles, high falls, fights. Jumped out of a frickin' airplane and tackled a guy off a horse. We talked about that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Who does that shit? You know, who comes up, who invented the cannon? Hey, here's an idea. Let's take a car, take a cannon, you know, that shoots a ball out and we'll put it in the back seat and blow it while you're driving down. How about you try that? How? Okay, I will. You know, and invented that shit. I mean, there's those guys that, and it's funny, those were the pioneers of our industry, the guys who invented all this stuff and worked out all the kinks to make it frickin' work. Because just like talking about the cannons back in the day, we actually used gunpowder and a telephone pole. That's how primitive it was. Now it's all nitrogen and a you know a aluminum arm that comes out that's going to cause the vehicles to flip. It's not a frickin' bomb going off and a telephone pole hitting the ground. So primitive.
That's so cool though.
It is kind of stupid though.
Here's my idea. Okay, we're gonna take a bunch of fucking gunpowder.
Yeah, we don't know how much. Supposed to be a lot.
A lot. I would say 2 buckets, maybe 3.
How big's your bucket?
Like 5 gallons.
Yeah, that's a lot of gunpowder.
Yeah. The whole car's gonna blow up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna look great.
It's gonna look great.
You might not survive, but if you do, you're gonna hear applauding.
We'll
Yeah.
do it again.
Yeah, so yeah, the stunt driving world too. There's so many talented guys that are out there that just, I think far surpass what when I was in my prime of stunt driving. The only thing I have is the knowledge, because you learn from your mistakes, and I've witnessed and made so many frickin' mistakes. Yeah, and you learn from that, and all these younger guys and girls, they have the athleticism, they have the desire, they have the talent, they have the coordination, they have the, everything except that experience where you go, I wouldn't come in that fast, or, oh, you might want to go a little bit faster and this angle and do it this way and prep your car this way. And it's really, and the other thing is, again, then I could get off of it because I could talk for a month and a half about this, is there's so many talented drivers that are so skilled in their vehicle, in their car that they have in their garage or their driveway, their drift car or whatever they use, their stunt car. But 10 out of 10 times, that's not the car you use when you're filming the TV chase or the feature film chase. It's something different. It's that car. No, it's that car. What are you pointing at? It doesn't matter. Go get that car and learn to be an expert in that car. We're going to shoot in 20 minutes. That's the world that I'm used to.
So it's just being able to adapt. Yeah. Is it fun for you to pass that knowledge on?
Yes.
And is it
to the right people?
Yeah. I mean, it's got to be rewarding when they actually listen.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's even more rewarding when I get phone calls or a text message from, seldom emails, from someone who took the information I gave them and then they show me the footage that they just shot. I go, I did exactly what you told me. And for instance, a guy did that back in Boston on a T-bone that he was doing. He actually came to my car crashing clinic. And I said, yeah, the little note that people need to know. And it seems to be pretty consistent along over a wide bunch of people that this has worked. If you're doing a T-bone and the car's going and you're doing the hitting and you're supposed to hit them in the rear door, you don't aim for that rear door. You aim for the front door and you're going to hit the rear door. It's just, it works out that way all the time. Also, I should mention just real quick, I just mentioned 3 words, car crashing clinic. I just want to let everyone know, I have a lot of people, I got 147 people on my waiting list. This will be my last car crashing clinic. Not my last of the year.
Oh, like for good?
For good. Yeah. It's going to be my last car crashing clinic. So there's a lot of people who've been vacillating on, well, I'm going to go to this. I'll go to the next one. This one, it's too hot. It's going to be, October 25th and 26th, Stephenville, Texas, will be my last car crashing clinic. It will be my 12th. I've had thus far 101 people, 101 students. And it's been a great experience for me. I've had a lot of fun doing it. It's a little time consuming for me. And I just don't want to focus on doing that anymore. I want to focus on my writing, my directing, producing. I want to as I promised myself when I was younger, when I stepped away from directing episodic television and my own feature films, because I still wanted to be a stuntman and had still a lot of things on my bucket list I still wanted to do. I think back now and say, okay, if I never did another stunt or something, I'm going to say, God, I always wanted to do that. No, I have nothing. My list is empty of things I've wanted to do. And so this, now at my age, I'm 63, I have also in storytelling, I think in your life, the experiences that you accumulate through your years, helps in storytelling. My teachers, if you will, my mentors, the people I've learned storytelling from, the Michael Bays of the world, Ron Howard, John Woo, Tony Scott, Ang Lee, all these directors I've been blessed to work with and study how they work with actors like Tom Cruise and Robert De Niro and, Brad Pitt, Mark Wahlberg. That's, you can't put a price on that. There's no film school in the world that you can learn what I've learned over these past 40 years. And I want to take that knowledge and put those into my own productions, my own shows. That's why I've been writing, trying to, copy Taylor Sheridan. Yeah. He's the most successful storyteller out there right now, I think.
Who?
Taylor Sheridan. And the other thing is, just one more prop to this man. I just got the cowboy smarts that he has.
Yeah.
There are a lot of producers and directors I've worked with that when it comes to the logistics on a set, they're just freaking idiots. I'm like, seriously? That's like shooting the aftermath first. Certain little thing. Taylor Sheridan, from his cowboy knowledge, the wisdom that cowboys have of how to fix things when you don't have all the proper tools, and how to make things work, and how to prevent things from going wrong because you can see ahead of it. All of that knowledge, if you're that person, you're going to succeed in the film industry. But there's so many idiots, and I could say that, I'm sorry, it's the truth, and I'll debate anybody. There are so many idiots. They think they know, but they don't know. And the thing is, they don't know. But and make these mistakes. It costs tens of thousands or more, hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of mistakes on a film shoot that could have been avoided had they had a little bit more wisdom. And the Taylor Sheridans of the world, and there's not many, have that knowledge. And I think it comes from the cowboy way of thinking, the cowboy life of, fixing things on the ranch, making things work, Yeah. But so I know I went way off track for my car crashing clinic, but that's been a chapter in my life I've enjoyed. It took me a while to learn how to teach, and I'm not a really good teacher. I think I'm mediocre at teaching how to tell somebody how to do something. Bless you, Dave. Are you allergic to what I'm talking about?
Just allergic to bullshit.
Bullshit. I was hoping you
very
would say.
sentimental.
Yeah. So anyway, it's time for me to move on from doing the car crashing clinic. So this will be my last one, October 25th and 26th here
Are we invited?
Stephenville, Texas. Heck yeah, I'd love you to come out. It's the last one, brother.
I know.
Come out and have a good time.
It's the last one.
Everybody has a great time.
Yeah, hopefully this one won't be as
Cold
and then hot. Or no, it wasn't hot, but it was like rainy, wasn't it?
Well, I remember we had the campfire out there in the morning so everybody could stay warm.
That was the second day, yeah.
That was cold.
Yeah, that one was
Well, what is it going to be on October 25th and 26th?
It'll probably be nice.
it'll be at least
Probably 80s.
high 80 or high 70s, low 80s.
Perfect.
Like that perfect, like almost California weather.
Ew, California. I was just out there when I went out there for that meeting in Beverly Hills.
How was that?
Didn't like it. It's just weird. California's just weird. It's just like a cancer to me.
We were talking about the other day because my boss went and he visited. It's beautiful. I mean, the shots he showed me and all the stuff. I mean, it's a beautiful state. It's just so sad that it's
Being run by a governor,
well,
Gavin Newscum, they call him.
Yeah, I mean, they've ran it into the ground.
Yeah, it's in the traffic just to get anywhere is, an hour. You're just going to go, I'm just going 3 off ramps down the freeway. Give yourself an hour and a half.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But anyway, enough of that. Just wanted to throw that little plug in there that for those of you who have been saying, I'm going to go to Corey's car crashing clinic, you got one more shot. Then after that, it's like, sorry. maybe somebody else will pick it up and go. Maybe somebody else will go and carry it on, because that knowledge does need to be spread amongst those who want to learn how to do cannon rolls, pipe ramps, jumps, sidewinders, T-bones, anything crashing a car. There's a lot of knowledge out there that can be shared that that was like taboo to do that before. No one would tell anybody anything because they want to see you fail. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah.
I think you have played a big role in changing the culture a little bit.
I hope that's
You're
true.
very open. I mean, on your podcast, and I think doing a car crashing clinic.
Thank you for saying that, but shame on me from a few years back. I didn't want to. I knew, in my analogy, was the combination lock. Do you know how to open a combo? Yeah, you go to a number, then you go back, you pass it, come back to, and then you go to those 3 numbers. You say, yeah, you know the combo? No. Well, it sucks to be you. I know how to open the lock because I have the combination. Not that I have any better skill set. And a lot of it sometimes coming down to doing a car stunt is just that. Knowing, okay, hey, Corey, we're going to have this police car come to a screeching stop in the middle of the road, and we want you to hit a parked car and pipe ramp over the top of it, but don't hit that police car. Okay. I know how to do that. I know what speed, where to put the pipe ramp, and where to hit the pipe ramp to get the height, to get over it, not to touch it, and to land, and how far I'm going to skid before I come to a stop. It's just knowing the combination to the lock. Now I could tell my stunt buddy here, here's the speed you want to go. Here's where you want to hit the pipe ramp to make this, to shoot a basketball, and make it into the net with nothing but net. Here's the combination. But I'm not going to give it to you because I want them to hire me. So, and it comes down to that sometimes. They go, wow, that wasn't very hard. I just needed to know that where, the direction, the speed, and yeah. So now I'm giving that valuable information out.
Passing on to the next generation.
Yeah.
You could be teaching the next Corey Eubanks,
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
He'll get married twice and
Yeah.
have kids and
Lose everything
Yeah,
and
and
then
then-
start all over from scratch.
hey, you came back up though.
Yeah.
Once you hit rock bottom, the only way is up.
Get knocked down, get back. What was Sly's famous line? It's not how hard you get hit, knocked
Yeah,
down.
How hard you get hit
It's
and how hard you.
how you get
back
back up, or whatever his
Or
famous
how
line
many
is.
times you can get hit.
There's a song I've been listening to lately. It's like one of them dubstep songs or whatever. I'll listen to it at work, and it's that line.
Oh, is it?
It starts out and you hear him, and he's like, at some point in time, you just like caught or whatever he says, and every time I hear it, I'm like, yeah. I get all motivated, and then I'm like, I don't want to work.
Yeah. Play some Rocky music.
Yeah, I'll go outside to start jogging,
Yeah.
chugging some eggs.
Drinking them raw eggs. Did you try that?
I did when I was little.
Sure. I think us and a billion other people did the same thing.
Yeah.
5 raw eggs, third one down, you're like,
First one down. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, what the hell am I doing?
shit.
That or spinach, because the old Popeye cartoons,
Oh.
he drank spinach and he'd be like,
Yeah.
and stuff. So I was like, oh man, spinach is good.
Yeah. No.
Ugh. Sorry, that was off topic.
That's okay.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right. Talk to me. You mentioned him, but tell me about Al Wyatt Jr. What
Who?
made him so special?
Who?
Al
Wyatt.
Wyatt
Junior.
Al Wyatt Jr. Well, first of all, his father, Al Wyatt Sr., was also a stuntman. Till he lost his leg. He had a fake leg, which Alan would then tell us, hey, Dad, hop over here for a sec. Alan had a very, what's the sense of humor? It's offensive, but it's funny.
So dark.
Is it dark? Is it,
So a sense of humor.
yeah,
Sense of humor.
that a lot of people take the wrong way, but yet it's funny. It's offensive, but kind of,
Yeah. Our kind of humor.
yeah,
hmm
funny guy. And I've done so many, from meeting him on Dukes of Hazzard, so many things that he taught me about. One of the main things I contribute a lot of the success to my career was from the attitude of I learned from Alan about not stressing out over what you're doing. There are so many people who are phenomenal athletes and they let the pressure get to them and they're intimidated. And maybe I've used this analogy with you guys before, but it's like if we went to the Home Depot and bought a 4x4 post that's 8 foot long or 10 foot long. And I dropped it on the floor of the asphalt in the parking lot. Said, "Hey, Dave, can you walk across that board? It's 4x4. Yeah, I can walk. I bet jump. You need a rehearsal, or can you just jump up? Can you step up there and walk the length of that 4x4? You're like, yeah, and you do it. But we take that same 4x4, 8 foot long post and put it between two structures that are 100 feet in the air, and now you got to walk across it. Suddenly, oh, now you got a problem with it. Where's your confidence now?
Yeah.
So that analogy spills over into the stunt world, where yeah, I could come in here, I could slide a car and do this right up, right up to an orange cone. Well, that's not very intimidating, is it? What if it's a edge of a cliff, or we're on a 10-story parking structure and that's to the end of the building? If you overshoot, you're gonna. That's the not so. That being able to deal with intimidating situations, the attitude that I learned from Alan, fuck, it's just a stupid TV show. Hey, if they won't get it, we'll do it again. To reduce that pressure has made me not overly confident, but confident enough that I don't, your lack of confidence doesn't restrict you from doing what you know you're physically capable of doing, because you're intimidated. You can't handle the pressure. He really helped me develop that skill set, if that's such a thing, a skill set to be able to handle the pressure. I don't get intimidated. I don't get nervous. I don't get, oh my God, I get, all tensed up over anything.
I think that's great.
I just don't. If anything, if all of a sudden that door kicked open and guys came in here with guns and stuff, I'd probably say, oh, okay, we got some intruders. I'm gonna take my headsets off. I chill. Other people, oh my God, and they just immediately freak out. You're like, no, that's just not my DNA. But I think a lot of it came because I've learned from Alan, and I praise him for that and thank God for that I learned from him to have, because there's a lot of guys I've seen fold under pressure, and I'm like, God, I know you've got the athleticism. I know you've got the capability. I know you got the courage. You just don't have the confidence to do. And it's not really that simple of a thing. Just envision it being a 4x4 on the asphalt. But so yeah, Alan, I love the man for that. I love the man for him, me being able to watch him do what he did when he drove a car, and to absorb that feel, as we've talked about, his sense of humor. He got ordained as a minister and married Sally and I,
Nice.
which was, I think, did I tell you about that at the wedding when he drove me out in the General Lee?
No.
We drove at my dad's ranch in San Ynez, and we got married out in this big field and under the oak tree, and had all my friends there who showed up for the wedding. And we come out in a General Lee from behind the barn. Here we come, right? Alan's driving, I'm riding passenger, my son's in the back seat. And as soon as Alan went in front of everybody, he hit the frickin' gas and did a big donut. Whoa, whoa, sprayed everybody with grass and shit. Some people got up applauding, other people like, you ruined my. And then we got out, we walked up to the podium thing, what do you call it? And he married us, and oh gosh, it was just a funny moment.
That's amazing.
Yeah, he won, and Alan had, you talk about Davey playing baseball. Alan played semi-pro and got kicked out. I forget. I thought he was in like this Japanese team came over. They were going to play something. They were in Vegas. Alan stole or borrowed the bus from the team that they had, and he took them all to a strip club that night, and they got caught.
Yeah.
And so Alan got kicked off and we were, I forget what state we were up doing a thing with, oh gosh, Out on a Limb, it was called Out on a Limb, with this actor Matthew something. And we went to a baseball place where you hit batting cages, at like 2 a.m. It's closed. Alan's like, well, there's got to be a power switch around here somewhere. And we went around the back, and he found the power. And we turned on all the freaking lights and found the power switch for the batting cages. And next thing, we're out there hitting balls at 2 a.m. He just would do stuff like there's no rules, If there's a place that requires a dress code, Alan's like, I'll show up in my flip flops and shorts.
Yeah.
OP. He was a surfer guy from Malibu, blonde hair, 6'3", you know, back in the day, good looking young man, and double Gary Busey and all stuff. But just his sense of humor was just phenomenal.
Did he have any kids?
He had stepsons,
Okay.
but no biological children.
Right.
And I don't know if he was unable to, or just didn't want to have kids, or he was just trying to raise himself. He was a big kid, you know.
Did he, what was I about to say? Did any of the stepkids go fill his shoes?
One of them tried to. I got him his SAG card. His name was Lee Smith. I got him his SAG card, and he did for a while. He was in the stunt business. So one thing I tell you real funny about Alan at Lake Sherwood on a morning, Dukes of Hazzard, he had a brand new BMW, whatever it was, and he came into base camp and on a dirt road, sagebrush on the hills and oak trees, and he just takes this and he drives it up into the sagebrush. I'm like, that's a brand new freaking, right? Climbs out the sunroof, walks down the trunk, drops down, and lights up a cigarette and walks over to us at catering. I'm like, Alan, everyone's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, I haven't made my car payments. I lost my car payment book, and so they're trying to repo my car, and I just want them to find it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, just scratch the shit out of the side of it up in the sagebrush. Just walk down the trunk and big indentations on it. I don't want him to find it.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, he just didn't care.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he floated through life and made everybody laugh and did funny shit. Yeah, he's the one that when I was driving the General Lee that day and it was a timing thing, and he turned off the key, threw it out the window. He didn't care. Yeah, Al Wyatt Jr.
Is he the best driver you've ever seen?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Alan was that guy that I don't need a rehearsal. Just tell me what you want me to do. I want you to go down here, throw a 180, drive backwards. Two cars are going to split behind you. As soon as they open up, you thread through there, do another reverse 180, and then slide and go down that corner. He was that guy that could pull that off. We had to do a head-on pipe ramp one time that he was driving the car that had the pipe ramp on it. You guys know what a pipe ramp is? Steel. You saw it out there at my car crashing clinic. 5.5 foot high, 2-inch wide steel rail that's at a 40-degree angle. And it's mounted on the front of his car, and just off the ground, just a little bit. You could actually the uneven surface. You'd hear the pipe ramps and sparks would come up. I'm coming at him head on, and it was a remake of T.J. Hooker. The T.J. Hooker Goes to Chicago or something like that was called. Movie of the week. And these guys didn't put the pipe ramp on the front of the car straight. They put it at an angle. So imagine, I need you to go straight up, but it's coming in. And I'm like, oh my God, how are we going to do? Whose idea was this? How am I going to do? Alan goes, I'll line it up for you. So no rehearsal, as we were coming at each other, like 45 miles an hour, he's going 40. At the last second, he just kind of turned down on his right to straighten out the ramp so I could hit it and get up over the top of him.
Wow.
Yeah, he had just incredible timing. I remember JP was the first assistant director on Dukes of Hazzard. One time we were sitting in the General Lee, and JP was standing in front of us, and he had a tennis ball, and he was bouncing it off the windshield of Alan sitting behind, and right in front of Alan's face, just bouncing it and catching it. When he's talking to somebody, and he bam and catching it, and just like, hey, Alan. And I remember Alan reached over to his windshield wipers, and as soon as he flicked the windshield wipers. Now, how do you time? Because sometimes windshield wipers they stick, or it's an old car. It might take a while. Bam, batted that tennis ball. And I'm like, how did you tie? He's like, yeah, it's just all, instincts.
Secretly, he's from the future, and he knew that was about to happen at that specific time, and he was like, I'm going to hit it right now.
Yeah, but I'm like, who does that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I miss Al Wyatt Jr. He was a great guy to work with.
Yeah.
He and I together also on teaming doing stuff, like when we did Get Carter, and he was chasing me, and I was doubling Stallone, and he was chasing me in a Jaguar. Just the stuff that we could do for each other for uncovering for camera and near misses, and it's just like a dancing partner. You dance together for so long, you just kind of know each other's moves and what you're gonna do. Yeah, he was that guy.
Man,
it'd be cool if he was still alive.
Oh, you guys would love Alan.
I feel like he'd be the guy that we'd have on like every other episode. It'd be like, all right, let's.
Yeah, and like now what would come out of his mouth would be acceptable. But back in the day, you're like, Alan, you don't say that. And like, oh, fuck him. He could suck my dick.
Yeah.
Like, Alan, you can't say that. No, I just did.
Oh. I'd be like, well,
See, he was from the future. Maybe he was just ahead of his time.
Yeah, he just kind of had that. I really don't care if it offends you. Then just, I don't do this with your fingers, or don't listen, or just, yeah, he was just a great spirit. You've seen some video on him, right?
oh yeah.
Just so fun. Why aren't there more people like Alan? Everyone's so tight and uptight and afraid to say what they're thinking. And I'm sorry if you find it offensive. I'm offended that you find what I said offensive.
I read something the other day, and it was talking about how we're all messed up now to where it's like when somebody's being real, you're like mad about it.
Right.
Like everybody's just
You're
so used to lying or
Yeah.
whatever. And it's like when somebody's being real, you're like,
How dare you speak the truth in my presence?
and then it's like,
I'm offended by that.
what?
What? I'm the bad guy. I just saved you,
Yeah.
Just saved you.
Yeah, that's wrong of
I
you to.
didn't want you to say
This is what my parents beat into me when I was little, and now it's bad.
It's crazy. Crazy.
crazy stuff.
What else you got, Dave? Come on.
Who's next? Al Wyatt's your number one.
Number one, what?
Mount Rushmore driver.
Yeah. No, second would be Henry Kinchy Sr. Henry Kinchy Sr.
Yeah.
By far.
He was. What did you see him do?
Yeah,
Just blew your mind.
Well, I think I was telling you that when he was doing, he before we've talked about Henry having this style of the four-way drift
Right.
with the car.
Okay, yeah.
Did you ever learn to do that?
Yes, but it took me a long time.
Yeah.
The thing also that Henry would do that I go, what are you doing? He would run down, if he knew he was going to come down the street and make a turn and cameras were here and he's going to come in camera right, he'd go down to that operator and he'd say, hey, where's your right frame line? Where do I come into your shot? And the guy's like, oh, well, go to the camera. Oh, well, see that third telephone pole from my perspective, that's where you just come into frame. He's like, that third telephone pole. Yeah. Okay, thanks. So Henry would start back so far to come in so fast that he would already be crossed up sideways, drifting sideways when he got to that third telephone pole. So when he came into frame, his car was already, just sliding sideways. Like I'm chasing the bad guy or trying to get away so fast at the last second, I decided to make a left-hand turn. Like, oh, I didn't know that street was there, and I hope I made an big street. It was that, and it wasn't like the style now of the drifting where it's like drifters are like ice skaters. It's very fluid. Everything's a nice, beautiful. Don't get me wrong. It takes talent and skill and practice and all that stuff to do it. But to me, it's like ice skating. It's a graceful, beautiful thing. In the car chase world, I think it's a little too contrived. It's like the way a lot of the fight scenes are now being portrayed or executed in today's world. It's all so, block and punch and kick and knife and all these things. It's poetic almost. It's like so graceful and it's like bullshit. It's like I've been in enough fights myself in the real world to know that and seen enough fights. They don't go down like that, dude. And they end up on the floor and then it's, gouging in the eye. It's all that more, the jiu-jitsu style fighting nowadays than what they have in these Marvel movies. But yeah, it's Henry Kinchy, Al Wyatt Jr., Henry Kinchy. And then I have to give some props to the man Jerry Summers that taught me the mechanics of it, the mechanics of how much tire pressure to use in the rear tires and the front tires, and little tricks like and close facilities, keeping the car in low gear, using the RPMs of the transmission, the engine to slow you down, as opposed to hitting the brakes. That using that manipulation of the speed of the vehicle, using the transmission. Also, a little trick that he's taught me is if you do a shot for a rehearsal and you're bringing a vehicle in and you're driving and they're like, okay, great. Now you get ready to shoot it. They've already seen it 2 or 3 times and the wow factor has been dissipated each time. It's not so exciting because they've already seen it. So then when they go for picture, you throw the car in low gear. Now it's an audio difference. And they think, oh, you went much faster that time. No, I didn't. With the same exact speed, it just sounded like I was going much faster because the RPM, the engine was racing. It wasn't going, you heard because the RP, and that's a little trick that you do that you're kind of fooling everybody. But I learned that from Jerry Summers too.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and also one last thing: if you're screeching a car to a stop, I could hit the e-brake, a little chirp, and then hit all fours. Well, that doesn't really create the illusion that you were going that fast. If you hit the e-brake sooner, another car length sooner, it's a much longer skid, and then hit all fours to stop and hit your mark. Everybody goes, whoa, you almost overslid. I said, oh, you were listening to my skid marks. You weren't watching the speed of the vehicle, which actually probably was slower than the previous take because I was dragging the ass into the car and slowing. It was dissipating over a greater distance.
Yeah.
Part of the art of stunts is the illusion of danger.
Right.
Yeah. Being safe while looking dangerous.
Yeah, making it look much more dangerous than what it really is.
Okay.
Okay, well, you just gave us 3,
Names.
but they were all male.
Yes.
What about female?
Undoubtedly Debbie Evans. Debbie Evans and I, who I met on Dukes of Hazzard, who we worked together on Hunter and stuff. We did Mission Impossible 2 together, did a chase together, which we were going to be nominated for a Taurus World Stunt Award, but Tom Cruise, he's an actor, that would not allow that footage to be revealed at the awards because they got to show the footage for Best Vehicular Stunt, Debbie Evans and Corey Eubanks. Oh no, they're going to know that wasn't me driving the Porsche. So we had to do a controlled 360 spin together.
Oh, wow.
But we had done so many car chases together. We did another one with Mel Gibson and Frank Grillo. I think it's called The Boss, or Boss Level. Boss Level was the last real car chase we've done together. But she's done like every single Fast and Furious movie. I don't think there's a stunt woman who's won more world stunt awards than Debbie Evans. Came from the motorcycle world. Her husband, Lane, just passed away, who was a phenomenal stuntman, stunt rigger, stunt coordinator, great guy. I did a Stunt Stories episode with him years ago at Fast House. One of those guys that I would say he was the Elon Musk of the stunt world. Just thought way outside the box, had all of this incredible knowledge about mechanics and physics and how things are going to work in the stunt world, and taught a lot of people. He would have teaching people on air rams and high falls and ratchet systems and all this stuff. But unfortunately, we just lost him. They had a celebration of life for Lane just a few months ago.
Yeah. Great
loss. But yeah, but Debbie Evans would be the of this. Everybody, Debbie Evans, you're like, she's it. She was, but now she's a little bit older. She's my age. So I don't know who the next female big driving legend is in the works coming up. I don't know who that person is.
Yeah. But we hope you're out there.
Yeah. There's gotta be.
Contact us.
Yeah, if you're watching this episode.
Yeah. Let us know that you're it.
Yeah.
I'm that girl.
Send us a video.
Yeah.
I've actually tried to reach out to a couple stunt performers and stuff to try to get them on the podcast and stuff, but being such a low profile kind of guy or whatever, like I'm not known and stuff, so when they see somebody message, they're like, yeah, whatever. I don't have the little blue check mark,
A little blue check mark next to your name.
Yeah, that's what I need, and then everybody will be like, oh, okay. He does know Corey.
Yeah. Well, let me know if you want me to help you with that. I can give you a list of names, and I can just throw out a text message to them. Say, hey, my producer of my show is going to be contacting you to be on Stunt Stories. And
even just to get their email. So I've even got little templates where I write out to be like, hey, we'd love to have you on. This could be the perfect time if you could at this time or whatever and stuff. So
yeah, the other thing is for them is they have it's a promotional tool for their career. They all have stunt reels.
Mm-hmm.
They all have a stunt reel that they could bring on and show. We could talk about their career and what they're doing now, what they've done,
exactly
what they want to do. Promote. I'm all about helping others, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're trying to get Dave to be that way. It's been a struggle thus far, but sometimes you get a good feeling inside, Dave, if you help others. No, screw it. Yeah, fuck them. They're on their own.
I did a good thing yesterday. We were driving. Where were we going? We were going somewhere, but we were driving. I saw this lady walking, and she was carrying her dog, and this was like 2:00 in the afternoon. So it's hot. So we pulled over and I was like, hey, do you need a ride? And she's like, well, it's just like 2 blocks ahead. And I'm like, get in. She gets in and I'm all like, where are you going? She tells me and I'm like, and she's like, I appreciate you so much. I know it's just right there. And I'm like, yeah, but it's 100 degrees in Texas and you're about to have to go talk with somebody. You walk in and you're all hot and sweaty and they're not going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I felt good. And I was like, there's some popsicles in the back too, because we just stopped at Dollar General. And she was like, what the hell? Like, are you expecting to pick me up?
So, if that were Al Wyatt Jr., Alan would have picked up the lady and he'd say, yeah, I picked you up because I love dogs and I didn't want the dog to be sweating out. I couldn't care less about you, but the dog, matter of fact, could you go in the back seat? I want the dog to be up front where the AC can be, because he loved dogs. Alan loved dogs.
That's kind of the reason why we picked her up.
Because of the dog.
Yeah, because I was like, if she didn't really have that dog, I probably wouldn't have picked her up.
No, right on by.
Because the dog too, once it got in, it was all like, and then she goes, "It's my dog Anna," and I look back and I go, "Hi, little girl."
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, you're nice. Oh,
Probably, come on, Fred. Lady, could you get in the back?
Yeah.
The AC's better up here.
I'm like, "Hey, babe, get in the back. Let the dog up front."
So, oh my god!
No, that was random.
No, I love it.
But you kind of talked about every little thing that we had on here.
I know, but I do have a question. You said Al was that guy that could just get in and do the stunt. For you, was it easier to run through it maybe once, or at least go out and look and kind of see like, okay, well, maybe I'll go over here and.
That is a great question. And this might be some advice to help others who are listening. I use the analogy of like how you put your shoes on. Different way. You accomplish the same thing, but I'm sure you do it differently, and you do it. Maybe we all do it the exact same. I don't know. We should videotape each other doing it and send it together and look at them. But you put your shoes on differently, or you don't wear shoes, or you little flip flops. But
I'm just sliding these babies off.
Yeah. But if and I went through this with a stunt coordinator named John Moyle when I was doing a TV series called Hollywood Beat, and I was doubling Giacovone on this series for Aaron Spelling Productions, and John would tell us what we need. Here's what you need to do. I need this, Corey. You're going to come down here and slide this Cadillac. I need the ass end to hit that trash container so it goes up against that wall because they're going to shatter that. And then come down here and Jerry Spicer's going to come out. He's going to do a car hit. Then you need to stop here. I'm like, okay, so that's what you need. So I would go and I'd look at the surface of the asphalt. Is it a dip? What kind of asphalt is it? And check things out. I'm assessing everything and making these calculations in my head, right? How to get everything, what I'm going to do. But then he would come in and interject how he would want to do it. Well, what I think you should do, now it creates doubt in my mind that the decision that I've already made based on my instincts or my assumptions, and now you created a doubt. Maybe I'm doing it the wrong way, and then your confidence starts to chip away and get a little bit down, So it's, what was the question you asked me? What was it again? What was my favorite ice cream? What was it you said?
Yeah, what's your favorite ice cream? Rocky Road?
Yeah, no, what was it you asked me?
No, so
I went down the street.
It's easier it's not.
To rehearse it.
Yeah.
No, I would rather envision it.
Yeah.
Make my own calculations in my mind based on what I know and make my own assessments, and then not rehearse it and try to do it.
Okay.
Also, when you're doing something, I know this works for me. If I do it on my first try at it, my adrenaline's going, your reflexes are quicker, your instincts are on point. Then once you do it, either you made certain mistakes that you go, I didn't know that was going to happen. I will adjust to those. Don't say anything to me. Don't give me your input, because now you're going to make me doubt myself, or I'm going to be tying my shoelace a different way. And I don't want to do that. So yeah, I would rather just envision it and then go and do it. Okay. And it kind of rolls me back into the other day when we were doing the thing at the Texas Motor Speedway. It's like bank turns and whatnot. It was fun, but wasn't really the surface that we're going to be doing it on. I like to rehearse on the actual location that we're going to be working on and doing it. It's like if we're going to do a fight scene in this room and you're going to be tackled over that table, so we rehearse with that table, but that's not the table we're going to use on the day. The other one's lower, wider, longer. Oh, well, that kind of changes the physics of everything. So yeah, I don't, if I can, and then I will use my little, it's not a lie. I try to persuade them, let's just shoot the rehearsal. Let's just do it to save time. And then, you know, because time's everything on a set. Hey, we got to do it safely, but I'd rather just tell me what you want, and let me just go and do it and shoot the rehearsal. But because I was going to say this, I don't know how it works for other athletes, but for me, if I do it the first time, it's usually my best. The second time is usually either a little bit better or a little bit worse. My third time doing it, I start to experiment. Now, but if I've nailed it all 3 times, now on take 4, the intensity of it, the adrenaline, oh my God, overly confident, I screw up. Take 4 and take 5 for me, 9 out of 10 times suck. It's like I start making the mistakes. And I remember when Sally was riding with me on Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious 3, Tokyo Drift. She was my passenger. I'm driving this red Viper. And she goes, babe, how come every time we get back to number 1, you get all nervous and I do that on purpose. I try to get myself out of that. I'm so relaxed. I just did that perfectly for the 7th time. Everything's going to be the same. No, I get back to my seat and readjust my seatbelt and grip the steering wheel and kind of, okay, here we go. And she's like, babe, you've just done it like 19 times. Every time it was perfect. I'm like, well, I don't want to fall into that. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
At least for me, then
psyching yourself up.
I fuck up. Yeah. So I want to keep on the edge, keep that adrenaline pumping.
Okay.
Is it kind of my long speech of whatever
you're like you were talking about your confidence starts chipping away if somebody comes over there and they're like, you've already thought this out in your head.
And they're trying to give their way of doing it.
Yeah. It's like, and here's my analogy. It's like a pitcher who's hitting a no-hitter. You're not going to go fucking talk to him.
Right.
Just let him be, dude.
Leave it alone.
Yeah.
It's working.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then also you run into the situation where you have stunt coordinators, you do something and they're like, no. I don't want you to do it like that. What I want you to do is this: start on your left foot, then do this. And then that you're like, dude, it's not working. It's working for me. No. You're going to get yourself hurt. Here's what I want you to do. Back when I was starting out in my career, that shit would happen.
It's like, but this is more comfortable. Why don't you just let me do it?
Yeah. And it's working for me.
Yeah.
And I remember you talking about that one time how you say like, you got to make it seem like it's their idea.
Oh yeah.
You know, they're like, well, you should do this. And you're like, yeah, and then you'll say something and kind of make it be like, yeah, but I think if I did this, then you would look good. And they're like, oh yeah, do that.
Yeah. There's an art to the bullshit in the industry of trying to make the stunt coordinator think it was his or her idea to do it a certain way when you really that's just the way I want to do it.
Yeah.
You know, because and again, and maybe they've done it and it was successful for them, but that's them.
Yeah, exactly.
You know.
Yeah, I think that applies with like everything, any kind of like job, really. You know, like if especially like construction wise, you go do something, it's your first time doing it.
Yeah.
You know, I've never messed with electricity, but the only way I'm going to learn how to do it is if I do it.
Well, and having been in that capacity many times as a stunt coordinator, I learned I will tell you what I need you to do, but I'm not going to tell you how to do it. Right. I'm going to say, okay, so hey, Dave, the camera's going to be inside. We got 3 angles. We got one on a low hi-hat down here on a wide angle lens. I need you to bust through that door. We're going to have the effects going to rig the hinges so you hit it as hard as you want. It's going to fall. I need you to flop onto your stomach, roll over so that your face is that far from lens. And here's the lens. See how far it is? You want to eyeball that? We'll open the door. That's what I need. So let me know when you're ready to go. I'm not going to tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
I tell you what I need.
Right.
And then if you fail at that, then I'll tell you, hey, here's something that might help you. If I were doing it, this is how I would do it. Maybe this information, I would never tell you what I want you to do. I tell you some helpful hints, maybe, you know.
I was just about to say that, like and I think that's a big part of leadership is like, I'm not going to scold you and be like, this, why you know, like I'll let you do it once your way and I'm not going to correct you. I'll just be like, hey man, maybe I might try it a different way if you want to. Hey, but if you think you can nail it, we'll do one more take. And then if not, we'll try it, try it a little different.
I had an argument with Gerard Depardieu, a director. Gerard Depardieu.
Don't ask me to type that.
And I hope I'm saying it wrong. This asshole that we were doing a movie that he did with no, excuse me, Gerard Depardieu is the actor. It was Francis Weber is the director. Francis Weber is
Our apologies, Gerard.
Gerard Depardieu is a very famous
Handsome guy.
actor.
He's nice, or is he an asshole?
No, I didn't meet him.
Oh.
We were making a remake of a movie with Nick Nolte and Martin Short. That this Francis Weber, who was the director that made this movie called Three Fugitives, was doing a remake here in the States. And I was the stunt coordinator. In the movie that he made, an actress came running through a door in this hospital, double doors. It was dark. She had a gun and a flashlight. And when she came through the double doors, she accidentally stepped on a little toy that someone had left there. And she tripped and fell and slid and came like this close to lens, right? And the gun went camera right and the flashlight went camera left, and she slid right up to lens. It was an accident. She wasn't supposed to fall and do that, but it worked out so perfect. They loved it because then she got up and ran on. He goes, oh, we got a free little footfall out of my actress. So now we're going to redo that, duplicate that. He's showing me the footage. This is exactly what I want. See what she did? Yeah. So I hired Debbie Evans' sister, Donna Evans, phenomenal stunt woman. I said, Donna, here's what I need you to do. I need you to run down this hallway carrying a gun and a flashlight. Going to open up these double doors, step on a toy, put it wherever you want, and fall. And see that camera you got to hit and slide up to lens. She goes, oh my God, great. Yeah, just do all that in one take, one shot. Oh my gosh. It took her 9 times. Now, to me, that to me is, I'm bragging for her. It took her 9 times. Like it took her 109 times. No, it took her 9. But I got fired for this because I didn't know the right stunt person to hire. And we're back at the video village looking at him. He's in France. I need her. She's looking at the toy. Okay, Donna, come through the dark doors, running full speed with your head looking behind you. Don't look at the toy that you're supposed to step on. Well, can I put it wherever? Do whatever you need to do. I'm just telling you what I need. I'm not going to tell you how to do it. And so she put the toy where she wanted. And then when she'd hit, she came in with so much speed that she slid and she hit the lens. Well, how can we avoid that? We got some 77 spray, which is a clear, sticky spray. So we put it like 6 feet from lens and sprayed the floor. So it was like flypaper. She'd get to a certain, it would stop her. And anyway, long story short, she eventually did it. Again, I didn't tell her how. I just said, this is what I need you to do. But that Francis Weber then went to Duncan Henderson, who was the producer who had hired me to do the show. And he's like, Francis wants me to replace you. He says, you don't know the right stunt people to hire. I said, interesting. I said, she should get a freaking Oscar or a gold medal for what she did. That he goes, I know, Corey, that didn't look, I go, easy. I could never do what she did. We would still be there trying until I maybe got lucky. But yeah, so I got fired off of that show for that. But going back to, again, here's the complicated thing. I'm just telling you what I need.
Yeah.
Donna, however you want to do it, you go,
9 times.
Yeah. Francis Weber. Gerard Depardieu was the actor, not the director.
Gerard. Sorry.
Yeah.
Change his name to Gerard Butler.
He's his dad.
One last thing that was funny about that film I just remembered is when Duncan took me for the walk out into the parking lot that he had to fire me. And Duncan was the first assistant director on Cobra when I was doubling Stallone that went to bat for me because they were going to take me off the jail because when we went out on the freeway, we weren't supposed to. And then he gave me my very first stunt coordinating job on No Man's Land with Charlie Sheen, and my first second unit directing feature job on Earth Girls Are Easy with Jim Carrey. We had a history, right? And now he's got we like kids starting out in high school together. Now he's got to fire me, and he didn't know how to do it. He's like, this is really awkward and uncomfortable, and I gotta let you go. You're firing me? He goes, yeah. I go, oh gosh, darn. He goes, no, it gets worse. I'm like, how can it get worse? You got to fire me. He goes, well, the guy he wants to replace you with, Joe Dunn, he's unavailable for 3 weeks. So you're firing me in 3 weeks. You want me to hang on? I go, Duncan, what would you do if it were you? He goes, I'd tell me to go fuck myself. I go, then go fuck yourself, Duncan. We gave each other a big hug and I left.
Yeah.
you're fired. But can you hang out? Can you help us out for 3 weeks? And
I'm good.
That's the first time I've ever heard the whole a business has gave an employee the 2 weeks notice.
yeah.
You know, like they're like, hey, in 2 weeks we need you gone.
Yeah,
you know?
it was actually 3.
But yeah, so at least they gave you an extra week.
Yeah. And I remember this one shot where this car had to go across the field. It was the dumbest thing. I'm kind of that common sense guy, but that doesn't make sense if you do that. He wanted this car to drive away from camera, and all of a sudden it disappears, boom, like this, into a hole that we didn't know was there. But the very next shot that you're going to see the vehicle, it's on its nose, and then it rolls over onto its rooftop, where Nick Nolte and Martin Short are going to be inside this vehicle. And I said, well, Francis, if it's driving, I'm looking at the storyboards, it's driving away from camera, and you see it, boom, at that, you're going to see that we're all going to expect to see it, what? On its wheels, because it went flat. We need to see the ass end come up to be more realistic. He goes, realism will ruin my movie. I'm like, whoa, nervous guy. It's not going to ruin your movie. What do you mean? So sure enough, they did it that way. They made this collapsible table and went down. The very next cut, it's on its nose, and they're going to roll it over. And Nick Nolte goes up to the judge. Hey, couldn't the effects guys put this on its nose? Because when it drove in, when it drove in, it came flat. Can we at least just have it on its nose? Like it maybe transition to that angle? Because already having it flopping over it doesn't look realistic. I'm like, what he just said.
Well, realism will ruin my movie.
Will ruin the movie, Nick Nolte. Yeah.
Shut up and act, boy.
Yeah.
So, last little bit, car crashing clinic.
Yes, this is going to be my very last car crashing clinic on October 25th and 26th in Stephenville, Texas. It's going to be my 12th. I've had 101 students thus far. I will take on another 12. I always limit my class to 12 students. I don't know if 113 means anything, but it's going to be my 12th and final. It should be nice and cool here in Texas. Nice temperature.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been a great adventure for me. Chapter in my life I've enjoyed. I've learned to teach a little bit. It's been hard, but yeah, my last. So if anyone's interested in wanting to go to my last final car crashing clinic, go to carcrashingclinic.com. It has nothing to do with the clinic. Yeah, no, I'm kidding. But yeah, go there, sign up. October 25th and 26th, Stephenville, Texas. And guys, thanks for another great episode of Stunt Stories. I hope you guys have been enjoying it. Hey, if you got any questions or you have anything, topics that you want us to talk about, make sure you send them in. Let us know, and we'll talk about them.